Well, hey there, it's Amanda here, and welcome to Unbottled Potential. Today, I want to talk to you about one of the most important philosophies that I teach, and that is that you do not need to have a problem with alcohol for alcohol to be a problem in your life. Let me say that again. You don't need to have a problem with alcohol for alcohol to be a problem in your life. That means that you don't have to hit rock bottom, go to rehab, go to recovery, get a sponsor, go to 12 steps, call yourself an alcoholic, or take on any label in order to change your relationship with alcohol. And this is so important because we live in a society where we have been fed the lie that the only prerequisite to quitting drinking is to hit rock bottom, to call yourself an alcoholic, to have to physically quit drinking because it's causing so many problems in your life. And that, my friend, is not true. There is an entirely new paradigm shift that is happening. I call it elective sobriety. There's so many names for it out there. There's sober curiosity. There is just living an alcohol-free lifestyle. I call it that sometimes too. And it is a movement for people who have just decided they want to quit drinking for the health of it. For whatever reason they have had, that alcohol is no longer serving them. And you can be one of those people. It is a amazing movement that I am so proud to be a part of. And I want to share a little bit with you about some of the things that you might have been experiencing if you're kind of dabbling on that edge of should I quit drinking, or should I just try this other method because I don't have a problem? And I want to tell you that I've been there. Some of you in the early episodes have heard my story. I was someone who was a casual weekend, casual might be a little light of a word. I was a weekend drinker. I was a party girl. I was a socialite. I was someone who from 5 o'clock on Friday to whatever time on Sunday was really going out there and having a great time. That was my drinking habit. Some of you though might be more casual daily drinkers that you're drinking more to wind down at the end of the day. But whatever it is, you know that you do not fall into the spectrum of someone who is physically and mentally addicted to alcohol. You know that you could quit. It's just that you really don't know how, and it's really troublesome. And furthermore, because you don't have a problem, you don't really have a quote unquote reason to quit. But I want to remind you that you don't have to have a reason. You don't have to meet the social norm to change something in your life that is no longer serving you. Even though drinking at the level at which you're drinking right now is normal, what I want you to consider is that normal isn't what you're meant for. Normal is average. Normal is mediocre. Normal is mundane. And you are not meant for mediocrity. You were meant for something big in your life. And I know that you feel that. And I know it might make you feel a little cocky to admit that. But it's true. And you know it. And you've known it for a long time. And I believe that sobriety, elective sobriety, is your key to living out that purpose. And that if you are drinking, even if you don't have a problem, the problem it's creating is that it's keeping you. Alcohol is keeping you from living that purpose. So I really want you to sit with that for a second, that alcohol might be keeping you from living the life that you truly dream and desire. Even if you're not boozing it up every day, even if you're not showing up to work or having problems with your family or whatever, alcohol can still slow you down. And when you're slowed down, when you're dulled down, when you're diluted, you cannot act at optimum capacity. You cannot be the best version of you. And when you're not the best version of you, that is a problem. And so we really get into the stigma though, where we worry about what other people will think about us because we've built such a brand around sobriety that we worry what everyone else will think. And I want to talk about how dangerous that is because sobriety really has become the brand of sobriety is addiction. It is recovery. It is AA. And while that has been incredibly valuable for some people who need that level of consistency and that level of structure, I think that it actually has become a problem or a barrier to people who just want to quit drinking because it makes sobriety seem like some exclusive club that's only available to people who have hit rock bottom. And that's just not true. Anyone can quit drinking. And I'm so glad that we are alive in a time where this conversation has become so, so prominent, where there are books upon books, blogs upon blogs, Instagram accounts, TikToks, all of these people and individuals who are making sobriety feel hip and chic and fun. And I'm so grateful to be one of them. I'd love to introduce you to some of my friends who are on this mission as well as we go through this podcast. But the thing that I really want to leave you with today is just a reminder that if alcohol is in any way holding you back from living the dream the life that you dream and desire, then it has absolutely become a problem in your life. If you feel like you need alcohol to get through difficult emotional experiences, if you feel like you need alcohol to sustain in social environments because you feel too anxious or incompetent or not cool enough, or if you feel like alcohol is keeping you from the spiritual connection, the deeper relationships, the professional excellence that you deserve, then it has absolutely become a problem and you need to reevaluate it. And that doesn't mean that you have a problem. It means that alcohol is a problem. And those are two very different things. So, what I want to leave you today with is a question. If you are questioning your relationship with alcohol, if you're sober curious, or maybe you're already a non drinker, maybe you've already been abstaining and you're kind of in that place where you're tiptoeing and you're like, well, I managed to take XYZ days off from alcohol. So clearly I don't have a problem. Maybe, just maybe I should try to integrate it back in. Maybe I should start kind of playing around with alcohol a little bit and seeing if I can do moderation or just be an every now and again or so special occasion drinker. If you are on that journey, if you are curious about sobriety, here is my question for you. Would my life, or is my life, if you're on this journey already, would my life be better without alcohol? Now, that doesn't mean it will be easier without alcohol, at least not at the onset, but I want you to really ask, would my life be better without alcohol and how? Do I feel that? Even if I don't know it, do I feel it somewhere in my soul that my life would be somehow better without alcohol? And if the answer to that is yes, which I'm certain it is because otherwise you would not be here, I want you to know that you will never rest. You will never feel satisfied until you explore it and you explore it to its fullest effect. That doesn't mean doing a cute little 21-day detox or doing a little cleanse. Those things are amazing. I applaud you for them. And I did those things many times before I quit drinking. But what I want you to really, really consider is how could you give it your fullest effort? How could you really truly explore this lifestyle of alcohol-free living? I hope to be an example of that through this podcast. So I hope that you keep tuning in. I'm going to give you my frames for really stepping into a life that is beyond your wildest dreams, a life where alcohol is completely insignificant. So I encourage you to keep listening. But I'll repeat it one more time. You do not need to have a problem with alcohol for alcohol to be a problem in your life. If that hits home, I'd love for you to screenshot and share this episode. I'd love to hear from you on Instagram. I'm at Amanda Kuda. And most importantly, if you wouldn't mind to rate and review the show on Apple and send me a screenshot before you submit it over in my DMs on Instagram, I will send you a special little goodie for rating and reviewing the show. That is how it gets out to more people. And I am on a mission to help everyone who might ever want to hear about this, who might be confused, who might be hesitating to change their relationship with alcohol because they don't have a problem. I really want people to hear this message and for them to feel it and know that there are other people out there like them who are wanting to change this relationship, who are wanting to live a better life, void of any addiction or rock bottom or dependency. And your ratings and reviews are how people can find this episode. So please help me out and hit subscribe if this is resonating with you so you will get notified when we drop new episodes, which I am planning to do every week, at least once a week, maybe two sometimes. And I will catch you here next time. Take care.